Hi, welcome. This is gonna be my Libra videos for my Libras. Real quick, I sell tarot and astrology readings. I've been doing it for quite a while. I've been into astrology for like 6 years now. I've been into tarot for like 2 years, and I've been doing readings for like a year and a half or something. So those are gonna be below. My Depop and my Etsy. I'm more into Depop right now, so I recommend going on there. But yeah, Libras. Let's first get into the stats. So Libras are a cardinal air sign. They are the 7th sign ruled by the 7th house. They are ruled by the planet Venus, and their glyph is this like hump and then a line under it. And then their tarot card is Justice, and their symbol is the scales. So, being the scales, Libra is very concerned with balance and equality. Now, I have heard some things about Libras, and I wish I could give credit. I'm not intentionally plagiarizing. I've heard all these things, and I don't remember where I've heard them. It's an accumulation of 6 years of information in my head. So, but I will say, I think a lot of this information comes from the only astrology book you'll ever need. That's the name of the book. So I will give them credit. But I've heard that actually Libra is not represented by the moving parts, the scales, but actually the like part in the middle, because Libras, they stay very balanced and centered in the face of inequality. They are like the mediator in the middle, staying balanced and centered. So they're not necessarily the scales. If you think about it, they hold the scales. Like, they hold the two opposing sides, and they meet in the middle as the mediator, which I thought was fascinating. Another thing I thought was fascinating was that they are the only sign in the zodiac wheel that is not represented by a living thing. They are represented by an inanimate object. They're the only zodiac sign that's represented by an inanimate object. Because of this, I think they can be more objective than most. They can be very objective about things. So I think that really has kind of something to do with it. So yeah, again, Libra's very concerned with balance. They want things to be equal and fair. They are very good at relationships because they like to have balanced relationships, even if it's not like a soulmates forever or BFFs. Like, they're going to have balance somehow. You know, even if they don't necessarily get along with the person, they will get along with them. They will coexist with just about anyone. They are very easy to get along with because they generally want to get along with people. They're willing to give and take as appropriate. I think they are very good in relationships because they are balanced within themselves. They usually take good care of themselves by working out. They like to look good. They like to have their circle of friends, like have all their needs met. They like to eat healthy, because having that inner sense of peace is important to them. They don't like chaos. They don't like conflict. This is a big thing with Libras. I feel like there's a lot of memes about this. peace, that they don't like conflict, that they're scared of confrontations. This is true. Sometimes they will lie to avoid confrontation. And they can be people pleasers. That every sign is going to be on a scale, and there's unhealthy ways to manifest Libra energies, and there's healthy ways, and there's everything in between. So I'm going to be talking about all the different ways that Libra energies can manifest. I'm just going to be talking whatever's in my head. And also, obviously, other signs impact our personalities, or not obviously. Some people don't know that, but other signs impact our personalities depending on our birth chart. So I'm going to be talking about pure Libra right now, just Libras. If you don't resonate with some of this other stuff, I recommend looking into your birth chart. It's got a lot of information on it. Literally Google birth chart simulator. So, like I said, they can be people pleasers. They can get wrapped up because they're so afraid of rocking the boat. They can really sacrifice themselves in order to keep up the peace. But in reality, they are actually they're doing the opposite of what they think they're doing, because they're creating chaos by lying and putting their needs aside in order to please others. At the end of the day, that's going to result in chaotic relationships and disturb their inner peace. So a healthy Libra will know their boundaries. They'll have healthy boundaries. They'll be able to say no to people. They'll be able to speak their truth. And this will result in a lot of inner peace that they crave. So, and more harmonious relationships. So I find that with signs, whatever they represent, it can be ironic because people can say, like, I know Libras that are completely, like, out of balance, and it's like, or Leos that are completely feel like pure shit about themselves, and it's like, yes, because that's their lesson in life. Like, there are some signs, I think, that, like, earth signs, for instance, like, they're kind of born, like, with their skills. Like, they got their skills. But, like, Libras, this can be hidden for them because they are able to balance things out, but their life is going to be constantly about balancing things out. So they can appear to be very out of balance at times in their lives, because they're learning what their balance is, especially when they're younger, I think. But I've known Libras that they have so much going on, and then it's kind of, they balance it all. So they'll have, like, a bunch of, like, friends, and then they'll have their job, and then they'll be involved in, like, a club, and then they'll have school, and I think because they're so social and they're very much, like, enthusiastic and like to say yes to opportunities, because of this, they get themselves involved in a lot of different things, and then it's about balancing all of those things. So they can, like, overextend, I think. So, and I think that comes from the Libra lesson of needing to learn to say no sometimes, because they don't like to say no. They don't like to upset people. They like everyone to be happy. They try to avoid upsetting people, even sometimes at the expense of themselves, which is where the people pleasing comes in. So yeah, they don't always know how to speak their truth and put their foot down and say the word no. So this is a big Libra lesson, because this will help balance them out, because they come into this life being a positive masculine sign. They come into this life with a very positive, cheery outlook on life, and they just love life. They're being Venus. Venus is the planet of love, of beauty, of appreciation, of values. Like, they have this appreciation for life. Like, I feel like when you see a Libra, they just seem like they're so present and like glad to be there, and they're so patient. They're such patient people. They have this like unearthly patience. It's like impressive. They just don't, they like Aries is their opposite. Aries is notorious for being impatient. Libra, being the opposite of Aries, it's like two extremes. Like, Libras can be too patient, I think, sometimes. They will deal with so much shit. They have such a high tolerance. I respect Libras so much for this. I think it's like they are saints with their patience, truly. But I think being balanced, they also know when to put their foot down. It's those two opposing sides. They know when to wait, and they know when to put their foot down and when to stop. So they are, this makes them really great in relationships. They are also great listeners, which makes them great communicators. I think that any great communicator is a great listener. I believe that because they need to absorb information as well to be able to portray information. I don't know why that word came into my head, but like, in order to convey information, they need to be able to absorb as well. So Libras, they listen and they speak because they're all about that balance. They're not going to be like those people that only speak and they don't really listen to other people, or those people that only listen but they don't speak. Libras, because balance is so important to them, they can do both. And in a lot of ways in life, they can do both. Like, you know that meme where it's like, get you a girl that can do both? That's Libras, because they're kind of shapeshifters in that way. They can get along with a lot of different types of people because they kind of shapeshift to people's needs. And to what people's person, and they kind of mirror people, which makes them so likable to people because they take on like the qualities that they like in people, and it's like unconscious. They can like turn into the people they date because it's unconscious. They just really like those people, so they're like emulating them without even realizing it. Yes, so we went over, so they're quite versatile. They can do a lot of different things because they're like jugglers. They can juggle a lot of different things. They're very just naturally good at that. Being ruled by Venus, they're very romantic. They're kind of like innocent. Like, they're kind of hopeless romantics. They love love. I think they can get fooled like kind of easily because they are so like naive and trustworthy sometimes, but they also have that objective thing. So I wouldn't mess with the Libra because they are objective. They're very intelligent, and very intelligent when it comes to relationships and people. Like, they can read things very well. So I think they can get fooled when they're younger, but as they get older, they learn to develop a very strong like discernment. They're extremely discerning. They're great judges. A lot of Libras get into law, because think about it, how objective the law is. Feelings are completely not involved when a case is being judged. So that's why Libras can really like master this, because they have that like talent of objectivity, of remaining objective, I guess. And they really like the law for the sake of it. Like, they love that fairness, that justice, justice is extremely important to a Libra. They need to know that there's some sort of balance, some sort of fairness in the world. And I think that's why they love to be judges and be lawyers, because they feel like they're helping people, like that they feel like this is like their purpose, like, and they're natural like mediators. Like, I mean, this might not be the best example, but I think it's a good example. Like, Kim Kardashian is a Libra, and you know, she's like she's always like in the middle, like mediating fights, I feel like, and also she's like studying to be a lawyer. Well, I don't know, I don't keep up with the Kardashians, but it's something about being a lawyer. Like, she either is a lawyer or she's learning or like in school for it or something. But there you go, that's a Libra. Judge Judy is a Libra. So there you have it. I'm trying to keep these 15 minutes, so I'm gonna end it here. But thank you so much for watching. I really had fun making this video. Love Libras. They're so easy to love. They're so lovable and likable and like fun to be around people. Pleasant. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.